this one going. And off we go from Oakland. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
What's up, Hyman? Just playing a quick game. Oh, God. Before I'm going to probably do that Super Bowl game on Saturday, bro. Since I made it to the Super Bowl. And French again, hopefully we won't screw it up.
A true number one receiver, it doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover
we play the
him.
Patriots.
He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
But I want to play real quick. But I want to play the Super Bowl. Not yet. I need some drinks for those. Yeah.
Throwing again. Carr.
Oh my gosh, dude. What the fuck?
But instead, third down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
That corner is Josh.
Friday, yeah.
Actually, you know, Josh would have a full
Friday.
discussion
I put Friday on the thing. Friday Night Football. It's not even Friday yet.
He would say, ask all the receivers in the NFC East. They would think differently because
so to switch it up. That's why I restarted the live because I have put Friday Night Football. I don't know why I thought it was Friday. Let's go, baby.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
What? My gosh, dude.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
My God. The fuck is wrong with you, buddy? Oh my God.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, baby. 3rd and ramp,
Field across the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after
first down, man. Ugly first down.
And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Sebastian got a haircut today. He was supposed to go to the dentist, but they canceled it. Oh, they canceled his appointment.
Carnell on first down.
What the fuck?
And that is incomplete. Tyrell Williams
what?
was the intended target. And
that was
2nd down.
Dude.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground.
What the fuck? That was sloppy as fuck.
The incomplete pass brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 24-yard line.
don't care who you put
Redskins sounds way better than Commanders.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Carr now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Carr on the bootleg. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive.
Damn.
Now you just want to see if they can count with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a nice defensively on first down as this is and incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Off the bootleg. Carr steps away to his left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Montez Sweat. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Carr now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This one taken from the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And an alley to run. 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Hunter Renfrow taking it in. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
I don't mute.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're bringing 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, the former Houston Cougar, Case Keenum.
Case Keenum won't overwhelm you with his athleticism, won't wow you with his arm, but somehow, when he's on the field and he's in charge, the ball gets moved by his offensive teammates.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Keenum. And that's going to be incomplete. too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you can also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. To throw, it's Keenum. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first carry now for Thompson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, second down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Let's talk about Vontaze Burfict, the versatile linebacker. You can play him inside, you can play him outside. Undrafted coming out of college, and that still fuels him. Gives him that huge chip on his shoulder. And when he's right and plays at his best, one of the best linebackers in the league. Just has to know where the line is so he doesn't go past it and cost his team some penalties.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Keenum to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Hopkins' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They're more athletic now than ever before. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Carr going to throw. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the 44, Keenum. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. And that will be incomplete.
That's not the first time he had to cover that, dude. I should have covered it.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It didn't even feel like a fucking yard,
to throw his car. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's the fullback now. It's Keith Smith. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give them a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr, the open man here, Renfro. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 24-yard line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
If you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
On first down, this is Geis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenan. Jordan Reed has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Fucking shit.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You can't go get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. The officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Keenum, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Keenum now on 1st down. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, it's Keenum. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
What the fuck?
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Back to throw, Keenum. And Reed with it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Adrian Peterson. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson. 46 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Carr to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Carr completes it, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Carr now on first down, and finding the tight end Wilson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Keenum now to throw. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They run with Thompson. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From midfield now on second down, Keenum, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on second down, Keenum. He's got Thompson here, complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? A shotgun snap for Keenum. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Tons of in the red zone. Fucking understand today. Twice in the red zone.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 42. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing now is Carr.
What the fuck?
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job trying to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
27 yards there, a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press.
And it's hauled in by Nelson. Touchdown, Raiders. J.J. Nelson there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent games, steady games. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that get first downs and keeps the ball in the
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The throw over the middle taken in. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Harris to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And here we go, partner. My palms are sweaty. These are the moments we wait for in the booth.
Oh, come on. I know when you were a kid you went through this, right? Well, you know, there was always that one guy in the neighborhood who had the yard that was conducive to playing like this. I know I won many a drive at Billy Mosslander's house. So that's what he's got to draw on now. Go back to those good old days. Remember how it was and have some fun doing it.
A little more pressure packed here in this drive, in this moment of the National Football League. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Carr, he's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for...
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! From 17 yards out. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Carlson on for the PAT. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Keenum and the Redskins down 24-23, 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe 2 before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Keenum. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw. It's brought in by Jackson.
No.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They run. Peterson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
That's what the fuck they're gonna do, man. We're fucked. Damn.
He'll look to throw.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right
I was
there.
like, this is over.
Backs to the wall.
If
The
they don't,
offense has
they're
it in
gonna
red
kick
zone,
against game over,
driving for the winning
intercept
score.
it.
And he
Bro,
says,
let's say, just
"Not
like
on
this
my
shit.
watch." And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And they take a knee.
That was clean. That was clean. That was close.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
I was gonna lie, I like the team that I play with on the
Let's face
franchise.
it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
It all happened in 4th quarter for me. Damn. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna lose the game. I was like, oh, they're just gonna go for field goal if they don't make it. And boom, intercepted. Let's go.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Garden. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Stopping me.
The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
Poor. That shit was poor. 18 completions, 35 attempts. My goodness. 2 touchdowns. It's 3 interceptions. Holy shit. Yeah. They killing tough. They're in clutch. We kept them away from the red zone. But that's all for tonight. Super Bowl game that I'm going to play against the Patriots from the franchise mode that I'm doing. It's gonna be on Saturday night. It's gonna be a lengthy game. I'm gonna try to play the 15 minutes, but 15 minutes quarters. It's gonna be a long game. But yep, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, and not subscribe. And I'll see you on the flip side. I'm out and about like this. Raider Nation.